74 degrees Celsius. What? It is! That looks like James. I think that's me. Yeah, that's more me than me. That is more me than me, honest to God. Clean. I don't have any moles and stuff. No scars, although let's check them out. I do have one scar, and that's this one. Not that intense though. Screw it. This is fine.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy it.
I am indeed a student, but I could very well be able to help you. A few cobwebs and... That was quite something. That was quite something. A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about.
It appears we are almost ready to depart. It's a pity we didn't have a bit more time to spend on spellcasting. I presume you've been practicing the spells we worked on.
I have, Professor.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never seen anyone take so quickly to a second-hand wand. You'll be a force to be reckoned with when you get your own.
Thank you, Professor Fig. I appreciate you working with me all the time.
Oh, Eleazar!
George, glad my rather cryptic description of our location did not thwart your finding us.
I've apparated to more vaguely defined destinations than this. Though I confess I may have miscalculated slightly on my first try. Gave quite the fright to some theatre-goers in the West End.
It's been much too long. When I received your owl, I must say I...
Best not speak here, Eleazar.
Of course. Why don't we speak en route to Hogwarts? We have a start-of-term feast and a sorting ceremony to get to.
Wonderful idea! As long as your young charge here doesn't mind me tagging along.
Not at all, sir.
After you.
Ages since I've been to the castle. Would be good to see the old pile of rocks. you left for Scotland.
Just barely.
And who is your traveling companion?
A new student.
New?
Yes, sir. I'm starting school as a 5th year.
How?
How extraordinary.
It is indeed. None of the faculty has ever heard of anyone being admitted to Hogwarts so late.
Exactly.
Nor have I.
Of course, as the other 5th years will have been honing their magical skills for 4 years now, the headmaster asked if I could get our new student up to speed a bit before the term begins.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better mentor. Professor Fig is not only an exceptional teacher, he's also a remarkably intuitive and gifted wizard.
Mr. Osric is prone to flattery. I dare say it's one of the reasons he's risen so far at the Ministry.
Have you seen this?
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat Ranrock really is.
Although I've yet to convince my colleagues at the Ministry, I believe he is a significant threat. And it was your wife, Eleazar, who alerted me to his activities months ago.
Miriam? How?
She wrote to me about Ranrock before she died, wondering what the Ministry knew about his activities. Before I could respond, I received this. It was the last thing she sent me, Eleazar. It came to me via her owl, but with no correspondence. I can only assume
That she had to get rid of it quickly. To keep it safe.
presumably from Ranrock. I cannot open it. Whatever magic protects this is powerful indeed.
It looks like goblin metal. That symbol.
What's that glow?
I don't see a glow.
Nor do I. Merlin's beard. How did you...
Wait! We didn't...
Avada Kedavra! Avada Kedavra! Guys, say the word! Avada Kedavra! Succeed!
The key! Give me your hand!
Avada Kedavra! শেষ
Are you all right? You're hurt.
Perhaps a bit.
Take this. It's Wiggenweld potion. That stuff will right you in a second.
Eustace Flask.
What happened?
Poor George. I can't believe he... What the hell got into that damn thing? Attacking a carriage mid-air? A typical dragon would never...
Professor? Sir, where are we?
I'm not sure. But that key you discovered was clearly a port key.
Port key?
An item enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific place.
I'm feeling better, sir, if you'd like to look around a bit.
I would. But stay close. We've no idea who created this port key. Or why.
Avada Kedavra. How do I run? Suppose I don't. That's okay. All right. Did it help? Yeah, I suppose it did. Nice.
How far did that portkey take us?
Farther from London than the carriage travelled. We're somewhere in the Scottish Highlands.
So, those ruins. Do you
The
think...
portkey was meant to lead us there? I do. This has not been the day either of us expected. But Miriam sent that portkey to George for a reason. And I believe that she, and now George, died in pursuit of whatever it was meant to lead to. If you're sure you're all right, and wouldn't mind indulging me, I'd like to have a look around.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Let's see if we can find a path, however faded it may be. Mind your step.
Avada Kedavra!
Where do you suppose your wife got the portkey that brought us here?
A good question. Miriam spent years searching for evidence of a long-forgotten form of ancient magic.
Ancient magic?
Yes, a powerful magic wielded by a rare few that seems to have been lost to time. Hogwarts Castle was built by, and is itself a stronghold of that ancient magic. I don't know where she came into possession of the portkey, but I am certain it was to do with that search. Ah, there's the path down below. This way.
But sir, why was your wife searching for evidence of lost magic?
Miriam wanted to understand why such powerful magic disappeared from the wizarding world. Spoke of the good it could do. But magic is no different than any power. What really matters is the one who wields it.
Is that ice?
It's not cold enough here. It appears to be a sort of enchantment. Someone wanted to block this path. Let's see some of that wand work you were practicing. Focus on the center. Excellent! That was a bit rougher than I'd expected. Your wand work's improving with every cast.
Thank you, sir.
Avada Kedavra! Avada Kedavra! Avada Kedavra!
Ah, up there.
Avada Kedavra! Avada Kedavra! Avada Kedavra! Avada Kedavra!
We're close now. It's just ahead.
Avada Kedavra!
Steady yourself! Reparo!
Why would someone have built this here?
I suspect they valued their privacy. That portkey led us here for a reason. Let's have a look around for anything that seems out of place.
Professor, it's a mural of some kind.
Perhaps our host was a noted seer. Interesting.
Marika?
Professor, this statue...
This may have been his home.
That enchanted crystallized stone again. But what could it be blocking? What's this? Professor Fig!
How odd. Why would someone have conjured that enchanted stone here?
And how is there a room behind it?
What room? I don't see anything.
There's that glow again, like the glow on the portkey container.
What in Merlin's name? Godric's heart.
Where are we?
I don't believe it.
Hello?
Hello?
It can't be. Just a moment. Ooh. Where are we here? Welcome to Gringotts Wizarding Bank. Vault number 12, I presume. Precisely. The key?
Your wife's portkey.
Oh, yes, of course. This way, then. Stay close. After you. Keep your hands inside the cart if you don't wish to lose them.
How many vaults
Whoa.
are there? Gringotts?
Hundreds. In fact, you'll see quite a few on our way to vault number 12. As we speak, we're just beneath the main lobby. The vaults you see now are the newest.
Are private entrances to the bank common at Gringotts?
They are most uncommon. Only one with great wealth or power, or both, could have arranged for such a service. You'll want to take a breath.
A what? That waterfall washes away all enchantments. It's a security measure.
Experienced the thief's downfall before, have you?
Heard of it?
These are the lower vaults that we're passing now.
How deep are we going?
Vault number 12 was commissioned shortly after Gringotts was founded over 4 centuries ago. It resides in the deepest part of the bank. Settle in. We've quite a distance to go.
Vault number?
Vault 12. Momentous day.
On your way.
Professor, the armband that guard was wearing was glowing.
Like the glow you saw on the porky container?
No, darker. I saw that same glow on the dragon's collar.
Yeah, what was that? We were just wondering about that goblin back there.
He watches over the oldest section of the bank. Rare anyone goes there anymore.
Vada Kedavra!
Here we are.
When was the last time this vault was accessed?
A goblin has been stationed at my desk for hundreds of years. In that time, no one has visited Vault 12. Until today. Vault 12.
Thank you for your help.
What do you suppose we should be looking for?
I'm not sure. Sir, I wonder if you
The
might...
instructions for Vault 12 indicate that I am to grant access to the holder of the key and then close the door.
Wait!
Best of luck.
Professor?
That was certainly unexpected. Let me think. There must be something here. Revelio,
Revelio.
perhaps.
Revelio?
Yes, a revealing charm. No time like the present.
Vada Kedavra,
Let's
guys.
see what we're missing, shall we? Ready your wand and focus.
Oh, wow.
Revelio. There! I saw something.
Move a bit closer and try again.
A door.
That's a step. That's that symbol again. I don't suppose you see a way to...
I do, Professor. That symbol has the same glow as the one I saw on the port key container.
If what you can see reveals the way forward, then I dare say we are about to discover the secret of this vault. Lead the way. Lumos!
Maximum!
This is no ordinary vault. I suspect we will need to earn our way out of here.
Oh, our way out. Do you think this is some sort of test?
I do. To what end, I can't say. Stay close. There will be no disapparating if things go poorly. Not out of Gringotts.
I see something up ahead.
What is it?
That glow again. Up on the floor.
Lumos! What happened?
When I moved towards the glow, it suddenly seemed as if the ground was swirling about.
Are you all right?
Yes, sir, I'm fine.
You seem to have caused the floor to change.
That statue.
What statue?
I see some sort of statue, but only as a reflection in the floor. Revelio.
I presume this is what you saw reflected in the floor.
It is. The reflection's still there, but the statue's position's not matched. Wait. When you moved, the reflection turned in the direction of the light.
Perhaps you should pass Lumos.
Lumos.
Well done.
Now the reflection's turning towards me. It does follow the light. Lumos. Professor! Professor Fig! Professor, where are you? This isn't good. Where am I supposed to go? Lumos, what's happening? The wisps of magic seem to be leading me somewhere. Ah, that's where they're leading me. Hello again. Revelio. I suppose I'm on my own this time. Lumos. It seems I have no choice. I'm going to have to fight my way out of here. I need to align these statues with their reflections. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
There you are. How did you... What is this place?
I don't know. But I found this floating above that basin.
That is no mere basin. That is a pensive for viewing memories.
Like the character hold.
I wonder... Follow my lead.
Older?
All is in place.
The portkey is well hidden.
Perhaps too well. I wonder if the path we've created...
May be impossible to follow. It will only be impossible for one who cannot see traces of ancient magic as I can.
Your ability to see what others cannot will not be enough, Percival. We are entrusting the one who embarks on this path with powerful secrets, with knowledge others will do anything to obtain.
Yes, and if we are correct, Charles, the witch or wizard who completes the trials will have proven themselves worthy of that knowledge, and the responsibility that accompanies it.
We've done all that we can.
That's what you're seeing. The glow that surrounded them.
Yes, sir.
Astonishing.
Can I see magic?
Traces of an ancient magic, to be precise. The magic that Miriam had always believed existed, but could never. Miriam, and perhaps George, died in pursuit of knowledge that has been dormant for centuries.
This looks nice enough.
And you, it seems, are the key to understanding why. We were...
It all looks rather different than it did a moment ago.
Someone's coming.
Who were they?
I don't know. But, sir, you shouldn't be in here.
It's Voldemort!
was right.
Voldemort!
Ranrock.
Voldemort! Guys,
Seems my reputation precedes me. I was beginning to think no one was ever going to visit Rackham's vault.
And why are you here?
No need for that. Just give me whatever it is you found here and we can let bygones be bygones.
Sir, they have the key to the vault.
Choose your next words wisely.
I only meant that the instructions to Vault 12 were quite clear. Sir, I must insist. I was to grant access only to one with the key, and you didn't have them.
I have no patience for traitors. Now, where were we?
I'm not giving you anything.
Avada Kedavra.
Well, perhaps your young friend here will be more helpful.
Dark Souls.
Are you all right?
Fine, sir.
I've never seen so powerful a goblin. He seemed wholly unaffected by my magic.
Where are we?
It can't be. It seems those who set up the pensive, the locket, and the path to both wanted someone with your ability to end up here. Come. We have a sorting ceremony to get to. Oh, good. We haven't missed the sorting ceremony. I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony?
Oh wait, I can just stream. But I'm already stream করতেছি. You can watch Facebook এ. You Facebook এ দাও.
Phineas Nigellus Black.
Nicholas Black. Damn.
Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
He's not black. They lied to me.
Fig, nice of you to join us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem
Enough.
has...
Goblins.
black.
I've no time for
He's not
rumors,
black.
Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience
lied
I
to me.
had left.
Controller দেখাবো না পিছে
If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
I'll be in touch.
Pichu pichu pichu. Avada Kedavra. Avada Kedavra. So basically guns are all Avada Kedavra. If you think about it. You can't do anything else other than Avada Kedavra.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Sorry.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
Me? White and go White. RPG.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
It's a single player game. I can't wait to start classes. I can't wait to explore. Who the fuck wants to...
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal to teach you as well.
দেখো, I'm gonna get Slytherin right now.
I wonder.
It's gonna happen.
I detect something in you.
Hufflepuff!
A certain
Hufflepuff is
sense
actually the
of...
strongest house I have.
What is it?
কি জিজ্ঞেসে? Daring, curiosity, loyalty, ambition. Curiosity. আচ্ছা আমি বলি daring Gryffindor 100%. Curiosity is Ravenclaw and সব geek রাখা থাকে ঠিক আছে. Loyalty is Hufflepuff, ambition is Slytherin.
Is it ambition? I may seem single-minded, but it is
All the
important to go after what you want
are in
from life.
Ravenclaw ঠিক আছে.
Interesting. You've recently learned that you possess a rare ability. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power.
That's Voldemort straight up brain.
Perhaps you belong in Slytherin.
Yes! Let's fucking go! Woo!
You belong in Slytherin!
So basically I have to stay in the dark underground area. Fucking hell. I'm satisfied.
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether, but don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way. It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration. Slytherin.
Very well.
I can speak parcel tongue, ঠিক আছে?
Aspiration.
You know what? I kind of want to go to Gryffindor right now. Nah, Gryffindor অনেক খেলছি। আমার তিতা লাগতেছে আর গ্রিফিন্ডরের কাছে যাইতে, ঠিক আছে?
Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
Oh my god, I'm in Hogwarts there. Oh my god. It really feels like a home. Tobata. Tobata.
Oh.
Man, I spent so much time on game gulate, especially Half-Blood Prince or Order of the Phoenix, like it really feels like a home. I'm back in my home, Tobata.
Sure.
Tobata and
যেহেতু তুমি এখন স্লিদারিং এ, তার মানে তোমার পুতি is not an owl but a snake. Okay. Which she is.
We can
A
accept
snake.
that. Oh yeah, transmutation class to pet change kara change your pet.
No.
Snake banai diyo. That sounds like a very bad idea. But তুমি তোমার ইচ্ছা মতো সাথে কেমন পারবা। How তোমার dream will come true. Why do you want Baidu to throw a snake? সমস্যা কি তোমার?
Yeah. Because it's good.
তো পাখি না তো সাপ পড়ে গেলে ব্যথা যাবে না?
No.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
That new 5th year.
Must be different, starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
Wonder where they're from.
They're lucky they didn't end up as dragon food. Like that poor man from the ministry.
Did you see the way they just waltzed in at the end of the sorting ceremony last night?
Already knew that. Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
It was nice meeting you, Sebastian. I'll let you get back to your book.
Nice meeting you too. Good luck today.
Might want to think that again.
Oh,
Not
wow,
going to
that
be
escalated
fair, are you?
quickly.
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate. Told you.
She's pretty. Can I date? Can I date her?
You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are.
can date
You're the
somebody,
new
right?
Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you and Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Sad.
Perhaps Professor Fig's friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Are you a keen Wizard chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
Protego!
I think I heard one.
He said Protego.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not...
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to...
Pleasure was all mine.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Oh my god. Yeah. Very depressing.
Oh my god.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised some... Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way.
Wait, let me open the chest.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up! Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio!
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Bate.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Oh my god, is this darker dialogue? The end is the beginning is the end. Did the fuck?
Say with me, it's not darker dialogue. বলো আমার সাথে।
Oh my god. কত সালে বেরিয়েছে না?
Say with me.
It was 2019. Dark কবে বেরিয়েছে? This dialogue. Why? Why do I have to hear it again? 2017 বেরিয়েছে. What the fuck?
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as...
Thank you, Professor.
A lot to absorb on your first day. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional... Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier...
You did, Professor.
My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's...
Almost precisely what Speak of the devil?
Oh?
Yes.
I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there.
Well, perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and...
I wouldn't say I chose the Dragon's Path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to...
Of course.
Good luck today. And remember to use and invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yeah.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those...
My siblings and I have all been sorted in this.
Oh man, ask me catching holy fuck. I mean, you would know if you played her. I'm just saying. You have her, right? Yes, of course. C3. Damn. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was Did I hear you masterful?
Why do you want a spell that is forbidden? What the fuck is wrong
I did
with
my
you?
best. I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not...
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant... We don't know where this path we've embarked upon, and she may feel obliged to share detail.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally... Speaking of guides, why don't I show you the clever enchantment? Unfold it and have a...
I mean, is it a dialogue choose como je ending pa head amar. I'm not even gonna bother look it up.
The map is enchanted.
This will be incredibly helpful.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead. Well, you'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. I shall reach out when I have more For now, focus on your closet.
I should like to retire to a small...
Quite a few hamlets outside of Hogsmeade.
How many times must I tell you? We are a Chudley Cannons family. We do not support Puddlemere United. If I find one more of their mementos on your wall, you'll be under...
Never forget what that Hufflepuff
Vale.
girl said in
But I
1421.
can't. Got it.
What lovely stone. Oh, that's class, that is.
Yes.
If someone gets struck by a cursed broom, we do hope it's you.
Dog? Dog.
Dog.
Pau karaর sabbo.
Yes.
এখন পাও করছে
Yes.
বাবা
Dog.
How nice to see
Who
you, my
responds
young
to
friend.
him? Paki to response.
Oh damn,
My brother
teleporter
promised me his help
automatically
once he plays up for a new one. I can't wait.
Man, Hogwarts has free tea. ঠিক আছে, I mean, take me, fucking take me, man. I can't, I don't wanna leave here.
I'm sorry, you're not a wizard. I'm going to even say you're a wizard, Ponod.
Stupefy! World, let's go.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent. As Levioso. Good. Now, well done.
Vadakadabra.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Man, this game has no chill, only fun.
Levioso! This should be easy.
You're good.
Now perception.
Stupefied.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do enjoy a lively duel.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Nice work.
I enjoyed.
Well, that duel was quite...
It was certainly good
practice. Felt what I didn't expect in you. Then again, perhaps...
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You know, you might be a...
Exclusive and
Excellent. Knew I was... If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if you're... Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower. Till next time.
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
I always feel quite safe.
Beethoven baje. No.
It's your own fault.
No,
if you can't
Beethoven
understand
baje.
it. That's what my mum.
2 minute British people.
It was an accident!
Off on another adventure, are we?
How do I get out?
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Avada Kedavra!
Whee!
Oh, not again!
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as 'twere only one time per week, I can plunge the boy's lavatory, not for the mink.
Please, Peeves, you'll make me late.
He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed at his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed. To draw up a contract with her, not with him, that if I behaved, I'd have one weekly swim! Whee!
I'll get you for this. Oh.
Revelio. Levioso. Lumos.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Revelio. Levioso.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I seem to have a knack for dueling.
Then you've come to the right place.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, Care to step into the ring?
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
No, Goom.
Says the one who has slept in the evening.
I did not do that. That did not happen.
Yeah.
তুমি এগুলা মিথ্যা প্রপাগান্ডা কেন দিচ্ছ আমার এগেইনস্টে? These are lies and I will not accept the lies and you will not sleep. এখানে এসে বসে থাকো। তুমি আসো, তোমার পাখি নিয়ে আসো, we all watch Hogwarts, okay?
Act like a winner!
I'm the one!
Glad I didn't bet on that round.
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you.
Brilliant.
I shall. Again, congratulations on your... Hope to see you back here again.